Hello. Let me just turn this up a tiny bit. I don't want the music to be too loud. Um, but hi, good evening. Hi, Trip. Good evening, my lady. um, Being awfully formal today. But, um, okay. There we go. Um, but hi. The, late late Saturday stream. Not Saturday, it's Friday. Oh my gosh, my days are mixed up. It felt like a Saturday at work today. Um, it really did. So that's probably why my brain's going, oh, it's Saturday. What's up? What's up is I was freaking out at work because of the trailer drop for the Amazing Digital Circus. Oh my gosh, I don't get enough chances to talk about that. I don't want my channel like this to become like I just talk about with one thing. So I hold myself back when it comes to like talk about. I do want to talk about the trailer because that was crazy. Uh, what do I want to talk about now? I just gotta keep an eye on the internet. So, there was no stream yesterday, and the reason for that was because there was a internet, like a widespread internet outage, and I had no access to the internet. I had to just draw and read books all day, and other stuff. I got some house cleaning done and stuff like that, but yeah, no, had zero access to the internet all day Thursday, so hence no stream. When it did come on, like about like 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock last night. Um, so last night, yeah, when it did come back on, I uploaded my shorts and my video. I did well, clips. I uploaded clips that I had edited ahead of time. Well, not even edited. I did the snip, okay? And the one for Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, is like gonna be my first short to hit 1,000 views. So I'm happy about that. But also, it's like the one that has the least amount of effort. Like it's just me giggling like an idiot at hand PNGs. Um, it's just fine. It's about the hot new game, so it makes sense the algorithm would eat it up. But it's yeah. I did not put a lot of work into that at all. I just like thought, oh, it's fun. I my laugh. I like to. I used to hate my laugh, and after streaming for a while and like listening playbacks, um, it's starting to grow on me. You know, I don't. It's but whatever. I saw. I'll upload it. Um, and see what happens. You know. Um, but yeah, that one's performing very well because it's just about current thing. And it's just funny because I haven't put it. There's other ones that I put more work into, and they already like your voice now. It's growing on me. You've been here since the beginning, Trip. You know why this channel exists. But yeah, I am starting to be less weird about it, and my laugh. It's never something actually separate from my voice that I ever really thought about, but yeah, it's like the most low effort. It's just me laughing at the hands, and like, but that's the hot new thing. That's Tomodachi Life is, all the craze. We have less than a week to go before that's released. I was looking at the store, at the Nintendo store for the game because I haven't pre-ordered it yet because I'm gonna just get it digitally. I don't I don't know if there's a physical version. Um, I don't. Um, Second. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. Yes, that's me getting closer, not bigger. um, but I don't pre-order anything digitally because, first of all, in the case of Nintendo, there's no you don't get anything for it. Like, you know, Monster Hunter Stories, I didn't pre-order. But if you do pre-order, you get, like, outfits and stuff. And, of course, Nintendo's not going to do that, so what's even the point? If you pre-order digital items, you're kind of dumb. I'm sorry. Like, there's no point, because you don't know what could happen. It could come out tomorrow that, I don't know, some controversy, and then you don't want to have to buy the game. So, yeah, that money's not leaving my wallet until the release date. But also, I was on the store, and I noticed the price. I think it was $60, $59.99, and I was like, I saw another game recently that had that exact same price, and guess what? The game was Cyberpunk 77. So, yeah, that's sinking. Cyberpunk 77 and Tomodachi Life cost the exact same amount of money. The exact same amount of money. I was just like, you know, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure one of these games probably cost a lot less money to make than the other one. And, one game you're on a grid work island with very very simplistic character designs being having. In another game, you're like in a very high-res simulation of an entire city. Like, you got traffic, you got people walking around with like their own routines and stuff, and then on the other side you have Tomodachi Life. You have digital Playmobiles, customizable Playmobiles, but still. So yeah, Tomodachi Life in Grand Theft, no, not Grand Theft. Tomodachi Life in Cyberpunk 77, exact same price. That's kind of insane. But yeah, let's imagine whatever the next like Animal Crossing game or Splatoon game comes out, or heck, maybe even like Pokemon Winds and Waves. Don't have a price yet on that. Imagine it costs the exact same amount of money as Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, that they're definitely gonna try to do that. I can see it. If Grand Theft Auto 6 ends up costing like $100, whatever the next, whatever the next whatever the next tentpole Nintendo game that comes out is going to cost the exact same amount of money and have like a fraction of the budget. It's insane. But I saw that on because Cyberpunk 77 just got like recommended to me. I haven't played it. It's not my taste, but it got recommended to me. It was on the front page of Steam, as it is, every now and then. And I was like, is it on sale, or was that just the price it always was? And nope, that's just the base price. Exact same amount of money. For the exact same amount of money, you can have very customizable, silly dolls. Now look, I love Tomodachi Life, okay? I'm not griping about the price. I just think it's funny, because those are two very different games of varying quality. Like, I was talking about, me laughing at the hand PNGs, and because it's supposed to be wacky, it's supposed to be funny. It kind of reminds me a bit of SpongeBob a bit. But do you think Nintendo paid for those PNGs, or they just download the first free ones they found on the internet? Like, it's like little things like that. It's just like, these games are not in the same class. They're not in the same class, and yet they cost the same. So, but whatever. It's my cup of tea. I love Mii's so much. One thing I do not love about the new game, which I saw in the demo, I was like, maybe there's something that will be added later, but it's looking like face paint doesn't have any type of layering system. So it feels like a step backwards, actually, from Miitopia. In Miitopia, you couldn't draw on the face, but you had a bunch of shapes that you could, shrink, grow, stretch, change color, and line them up any way you want. And you could do that on 3 different layers. You could do that on each eyeball and the mouth. So you can like make all these crazy detailed eyes, but they'll still, they'll still blink, they'll still rotate slightly to convey different emotions. And on Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, we have lost that, apparently. Because as OP as face paint is, I prefer the million sticker system to face paint if we get back eye layers, because now you have to choose between just having a static face that doesn't blink or a really nice detailed eyes, and I don't want to choose. I want both. Why did they take a step backwards from Miitopia? So, yeah, that's that. Oh my gosh, am I peeking? I'm sorry if I got too loud there. It is late. I shouldn't be talking this loud. But yeah, it feels like a step backwards from Miitopia. Like, I want pretty eyes, but I want my characters to emote also. So yeah, it's kind of sad. I wish actually they implemented both. I don't know which one's like more storage, because I'm sure Nintendo's like trying to cut down on the not that I think Tomodachi Life of all games it's gonna be crazy laggy, but with how many Miis are gonna be on screen at the same time, once you have your city completely full, maybe that other system wouldn't work out. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a game developer, so I have no idea. But it feels like a step backwards, and I would have preferred to have both, either the system from I would prefer to have either the system from Miitopia or both. Both would be nice. It would be nice if we had, the shape, is the sticker system and layers and face paint, or just face paint, but acknowledge the eyes as different layers. So that's gonna be a gripe. There's gonna be ways around it. I'm sure people are gonna, the creative peoples like ourselves will find a way around it to make our Mii still look decent. But it's kind of sad. It feels like a wasted opportunity. So now that that's out of the way, I could talk about Amazing Digital Circus. So yeah, I was at work and I was on my lunch break, and like by the time I'm done like using the bathroom, heating up my food, like I had like maybe 15 minutes left on my lunch break. I only get 30 minutes, and I watched the trailer, and then at the end there's gonna be a theatrical release 2 weeks earlier than the episode debut on YouTube and Netflix. One sec, I have to use the restroom actually again. I'll be right back. That was a mistake. We're not ending stream, sorry. Okay, sorry for the warble. The pump is on, and it's gonna probably remain on because someone's getting in the shower. So, sorry. I'll turn the music up probably a little bit to try to mask that. But yeah, that's not ending anytime soon. All right. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Oh, nasty peek at the art. Let me see if it turns off for like a second. Please. Please. One second. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Like, why? It's almost 9 o'clock at night. You couldn't have done this earlier? What was I saying? Alright, the Amazing Digital Circus trailer, which I was actually gonna react to. But I was at work. I was on my lunch break. There's like 15 minutes left to my lunch break after I'm done heating up my food and going to the bathroom. Not in that order. But I watched the trailer. I see at the end it's gonna be a theatrical release, and I click on the link to buy my ticket. There's a waiting room, which I'm sure a lot of you realize. And it's like I have like 10 minutes left on my break by this point. I'm like, am I gonna be able to get in? Am I gonna be able to get in to buy tickets? And I did. And I'm glad I didn't wait. The theater that I normally go to was very full, but not completely full. I was able to get my ticket. It was like 3/4 full, like in the hour since the announcement. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, but I'm very excited about that. I was worried if I didn't get into that. I was like planning on just like cutting my internet access until June 19th. Sorry about the pump. We can't do anything about it. But I was thinking about just cutting my internet access until June 19th to avoid spoilers. Just like, nope, no more internet. I'm just done. There's not gonna be any. I don't want to take any chances. But now I don't have to worry about that because I will be part of the select few who get to see it early. And by few, I mean, hundreds of thousands, most likely. This was very, very smart of them to do, and I'm wondering, the people who don't get to go to the theater to see it early, I don't know what's gonna happen. They're going to break the internet. They're going to just destroy it. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm very excited. I was like frantically like waiting, like please let me get it. I have only like 10 more minutes on my lunch break, and then after that, it's like I don't get another break for like another 3 hours. So it's like if I don't get it now, I'll have to go to another theater. Most likely, there are other theaters. If I couldn't get in at the main theater that I normally go to, it would have been fine at a different. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna come back on, sorry. There would have been other theaters I could have gone to, like when I went to see the Demon Slayer movie. I don't go to the theaters that often, okay? It's only every once in a while that something really catches my interest and it's something that I'm really into. And, like, I went to buy tickets for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, like, 3 weeks? It was like either 2.5 or 3 weeks before the premiere, and like the theater that I normally go to was completely sold out, so I had to go to this like this backwards, this not backwards, this smaller theater. It's like not necessarily in the woods, but it's in a worse neighborhood than I like to go to, and I was just like, I was not happy. It's about the same distance from my house, though, apparently. So, but yeah, it's a smaller, crappier, not so great neighborhood, and I don't want that again for this. I don't even know if that theater is going to be showing it because of how small it is, but I am very excited for the premiere. I'm happy to announce my tickets have been locked in, and I will be seeing it day 1, June 5th, which is a Thursday, my normal day off, which is awesome. I have to put in some request, like, unpaid time off to assure that I'm not scheduled that day, because, you know, where I work, schedules kinda, I have days I'm supposed to be off, but if other people request off, I'll just be pulled in without consent, without being asked, and I am not missing this. I am not missing this premiere, so I have to lock it in early to make sure that I'm not scheduled on that day, even though it's my normal day off, but it's gonna be summertime, so there's probably gonna be people taking time off for whatever reason, but I'm not working that day. I'm not. So, yeah. I guess I should bring up the thing so we can watch it. There's gotta be very little art. I fear. I mostly want to talk about this, but if I say it's just a just chatting stream, and I have like 35 minutes of chatting, then it's awkward. So this way I can like pivot into something else, pivot into art, if I run out of things to say, and I normally do run out of things to say. Okay. Is my whatchamacallit on? It is. I'm not trying to get doxxed by these ads, man. Okay. They're in German. It's always a good sign when my ads are in German. One thing I've noticed when it comes to German ads versus the American, US ads, is that in America, like, I normally get like 5-second ads, or like 10 to 15 second ads that I can usually skip after the first 5 seconds. In Germany, there are no skippable ads. Like, every single ad is 15 seconds long, 15 to 20 seconds long, and you have to watch it through. You have to watch it all the way through every single time. Like, there are no skippable ads. I don't know why this is, but yeah, there's like, you just have to suffer. You have to suffer, and I'm not a fan of it. But let's go over here. Yeah, turn off the music.
Are you sure?
Oh my goodness.
That means...
Please, just now. We have nothing.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
So,
What do we do now?
so, my speculation for this is that they, with Kane gone, like the circus we saw in the last episode, that the circus is all gray and falling apart. It's going to continue falling apart, and that's going to extend to their bodies, because Kane's literally responsible for everything that exists, and that includes, the digital structures that their consciousness have been placed in. Without him holding that together, like, what's going to happen to them? I think they were like, I like, people are like saying, oh, they'll just be able to recreate the circus into whatever they want or whatever. But I don't know. There's one scene that shows like Jax's like silhouette and weight noise. Oh, you'll see it.
I really wanted to help.
But oh my goodness. Trying to pause every single second to see what.
Jax?
And now we get Ribbit.
Have you ever done something that you regret?
Now, it was so short, but wait, let me go back. We have the manic gangle mask again. That's gonna be making a comeback. Okay. Okay, this part right here. This is what makes me think like that their bodies are gonna like start falling apart at some point. I don't know if that's true or not, but like it's a very interesting frame. You know how when your body, like when parts of your body like fall asleep and you like can't feel them anymore, you like feel numb. I've seen like lots of edits where people like or like fall asleep on their arm and they like edit their arm to be white noise like this, and it's like, oh, you can't, like, because that's what this is like, it's a visual representation of what that feels like. Boy. That's not, oopsie. It's like it's a good visual representation of what that feels like to not be able to like feel a part of your body, and what does that mean, like if that's your entire body, like their bodies are like starting to not lose connection to their consciousness. So that was with what I'm speculating. So I don't know. Everyone's been saying like, oh, Digital Circus needed more episodes. It's gonna go out with a whimper instead of a bang, and I'm like, I don't know. The fact that they like had the balls to release this theatrically lets me know that they've been cooking. I mean, we already know that, but like I was not expecting that. Like, what is he looking at here? Or is this a door to some place? No, Santa Poppy, my baby. Oh. Also, the reflections. That, everyone's been obsessed with the reflections. I thought, what was that? Okay, weird. After image? Where is that? Is that my eye again? Oh boy. I just pumped again, sorry. But yeah, everyone's been obsessed with like the reflections in their eyes. And that one's very clear, much clearer than it has been, I think. Does it actually mean something? I don't know. I always thought that it's just a stock reflection thing, but I don't know. It feels like it's much, much clearer here than it has been. So maybe that's what Jax is looking at. Maybe that's the window. Wait. I don't know.
We do now.
I really...
What do we
and this makes me scared. I don't like this one. I don't like this clip, this snippet of visuals here. But maybe look, Jax is standing in front of this light here. Maybe that's the window, like that's been reflected. Oh my goodness! If I could pause it at the right time, maybe that's the window. I don't know. And they're like finally seeing what's on the other side.
What do we do now?
I really wanted to help.
It also makes sense. It's gonna be nice because, I'm assuming that episode 9 and 8 were made like about the same time. So it's gonna look as good as episode 8, but possibly better. But I think it'd be weird if there was like another like insane jump in quality, considering these are gonna be like streamed back to back as a single theatrical release. So it's probably gonna be about the exact same quality as episode 8. But given how beautiful episode 8 looks in comparison to the rest of the show, it's like their best work. It definitely deserves to be in the theater. It is cinema, and it's about to be literal cinema. Oh boy. Like it's gonna be like a ticking time bomb where it's just gonna slowly just shrink and shrink, and they're gonna have less land to stand on, less mass to occupy, until they're just in the void, and then who knows what happens? Who knows what happens after that? That door, what door is that?
Jax?
And then we have Ribbit again.
Have you ever done something that you regret?
Now, is this a flashback, or is it gonna be her coming back from abstraction? Are they gonna be able to unabstract everybody? Or are there just memories just running wild and creating realities that they don't have really control of? It's like, I don't know. But, yeah, episode 8 was like 30 minutes, right? So yeah, I saw on Fandango that like the whole theatrical release is gonna be like an hour, 30 minutes. For the first time ever. The last act. Oh, wait, see, where is this? The US, Canada, Latin America. I always forget that that's. I always forget that that's Latin America. I just say Latam. Japan. So, yeah, I guess F you, Europe. Oh, if you live in Europe, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. But, yeah. There's probably like so many more regulations and stuff that they have to comply with to like get it released in that part of the world. Like, I'm not surprised. It's not airing in China either, so don't feel too bad. That's just what happens. That's just what happens when you have too many regulations in place and you wait. Oh, this is also not going to be in Australia either. So that's a problem. How could they not release it in Australia? Okay, I take back what I said earlier. That's actually not good, but it's not final yet. Maybe once like the numbers come in for all the like pre-purchased tickets, they'll be able to get more venues in other countries to like pick it up, because like this is gonna be pretty big. Like I at least I feel it's always weird when you have to engage with like internet internet fandoms. And like you have to like get a gauge for how big is that? How these numbers are big on the internet, but how much does that translate to, the real world? Is it gonna be like a huge crowd? Is like in my case, like the theater that I go to is probably sold out for the first night. Now obviously there's gonna be other shows, other nights. The theater that I go to only has the one show on June 5th. So that's probably sold out by now. But there's the rest of the weekend. Anyone who who has the money and the time to see it will be able to over the rest of the weekend. But for that day one, it was sold out in a couple places. So, and that's, I don't live in the most, sprawling, bustling, cityscape. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty big. I'm curious. It's not gonna be huge, obviously, but decent, decent size. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those box office numbers for sure. So, and also I hope they get they at least, if not the rest of Europe, and I mean, yeah, at least get a release for Australia. Like, come on, that's your home turf, and you couldn't. Not necessarily the Goose is from Australia, but Glitch is based in Australia, so it'd be nice, the people who actually to work like in the office. I don't know how their company structure is set up, but it'd be nice if they got to see it in theaters. Uh, June 4th, not June 5th. Why was I thinking it was the 5th? When's the 4th? The 4th is, I don't remember, but it's probably fine. It's probably fine. I remember my ticket saying Thursday, and that's all that matters. One day I have to survive if it's actually the 5th that I got my ticket, um but yeah, that's pretty pretty insane. They've come a long way. They've come a long way. They absolutely deserve it, and I can't wait to see it. Frickin' Mog, whatever Hollywood garbage slop is going to be also uh premiering that weekend. I want another Lion King Sonic situation, please. Not that Sonic wasn't. You know what I mean, okay? Um, it would be insane if like there's some Disney whatever coming out that and they try to like suppress it again, like they did with Sonic. Uh, these companies sometimes they make me sick. Uh, this is quite bad. I'm looking. I'm looking at the. I had to. If you don't want people seeing my recommendeds, I'm private about that. But oh, there are some reaction videos that I cannot wait to dig in. To people checking this out. Um, but yeah, we're finally getting to see Ribbit. Everyone thought we were going to see them in episode 8 because the episode premiered on Frog Day, International Frog Day. Apparently that was a sign, and nope, she was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. But yeah, I cannot wait for this. I'm shocked that it was like that easy. That I got my ticket without any problems because normally I have very very bad luck when it comes to that type of stuff, and now I'm gonna be like paranoid until until the premiere because like something's gonna go wrong. Something's gonna go wrong. I don't know what, but yeah. So now that my digital circus rant is over, art. Um, let's go open this. Put this here. You can go back. So this is the this is the one I had up. It's this little. I know I said no more chibis. I know, but like it's really cute. Um, I was watching a tutorial because I get art tutorials flung at me every now and then because I'm not a good artist apparently. I know I'm not. I know I have lots of things wrong with me, but um I was watching a short. Was like, you should try to make body parts overlap with each other. It makes them look less stiff. So that was me applying this. Why? Oh yeah, my hair blends into the background when I'm dark. I should turn the lights back on while I'm on this page. Uh, Density reset. There we go. But yeah, that was my attempt at trying to apply that. It's like, okay, her hands are over her face and her ears, and the leg is lifted up, and it's, um, Mr. Matchbox, hello! I remember you. I remember you from my from my short. Uh, that's how tiny my channel is. But hello, I'm a new sub. How's the stream? Oh, thank you for subbing, by the way. Thank you. It's going good. You just missed my reaction slash uh talking, rambling about the latest Digital Circus trailer because it's insane, and it's not insane. It's what not, I don't know. The theatrical release I was not expecting, but I am very happy for it, and I hope it gets extended to more countries like Australia, because Glitch is kind of based in Australia. It'd be nice if the people who worked on the show could go and watch their own. Not that everyone who works on the show lives in Australia, but I did notice that was not on the list of countries where the movie's gonna be playing, and I thought that was a bit odd, but yeah, the stream's going pretty good. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it, and I'm just talking about art now, about what I've been working on. So yeah, this was my attempt at trying to do a slightly more lively pose, and but yeah, that'll be used in thumbnails. Another OC that I just on a whim just started sketching up. I think she's gonna be like a secretary or assistant to Leela. But yeah, that's that. I think it's fun. That's a thumbnail I made for my video that I clipped out of another stream just ranting about the Hollow Stars, in the announcement, because I was ticked off. So I had a rambling moment about that at the beginning of the stream, and I snipped that out and uploaded it as its own video. Not a great video, but it was unscripted. That's the best you can hope from me when when things are unscripted. It gets a little rambly, but not too long. And of course, Leela Purpur, we finished her. I finished her on stream. There's like a couple touch-ups. This background I kind of just slapped together real quick. But yes, I'm very happy with how she turned out. I know that I said that when Tomodachi Life comes out, I'm gonna be using the wheel to select characters, but I might override the wheel if there's some characters I want to add first. Maybe I'm very tempted to just ditch the wheel idea because there are so many characters I want to do. I want to prioritize, like Leela here, and Zoe, and Arya. I know my luck. I'm not gonna get those characters. If I spin, I'm not gonna get them. I'm gonna get some rando that I barely pay attention to. One of the legacy characters that shouldn't even be on the wheel. But yeah, I had lots of fun doing this. I had lots of fun shading it. Renders decent, I guess. I don't know. Oh yeah, and this is gonna be Matthew. This is gonna be Matt Rose. Matthew Rose. I looked up a bunch of images for sailors' outfits, and I guess that's what we'll be working on tonight because I don't have anything else except for that. That it's another sketch of me. But yeah, and then it's the thumbnail for the art. So yeah, the art. Whoopsie, we change this to art over here on Twitch because I forgot to do that last time. Forgot to change my handle name. Anyway, does your OC have lore? No. I'm famously bad at coming up with lore. So, the for this character, I do have something. I do. Um, she was going to be like an assassin or a secret agent or something like that. Probably an assassin. I have another character that's a teeny bit power hungry, but they're really well intentioned, but they are accumulating a lot of power and doing things to alter like the laws of reality. And so Leela here is an agent who has been hired to take out this individual, and so that's all I got for lore right now. But yeah, she's gonna have some relation to another OC. I have another. I don't have a lot. I don't do a lot of cats, so um, this was fun to do. She's not a. She's a. You could probably tell she's a big cat. She's supposed to be a cougar. That's the one I settled on because I didn't want it to be like some like tropical exotic cat, and then like I wanted to be something that's a little bit more heavy, more winter climate focused. If you catch my drift, wink wink. Uh, she definitely looks the part. Yeah, I had to look up a reference image for this gun and harness. I don't draw weapons. I've never there's so many things that I don't draw and I'm just terrible at. So, but yeah um but yeah, her having a gun is gonna be super fun to draw in the future, I'm sure, because I suck at hands, I suck at weapons, I just it was just a bad idea, and I only did it because my friend suggested it. Um, but yeah, I tried my best, you know, and then I guess I told other people in another stream that her name is Leela Purpur because Leela. It's a good start. Thank you. Yeah. Lila is German for lavender or lilac or some light shade of purple. I forget which one. And then purpur just means purple in German. So, but it also sounds like the sound a cat makes. I have to look up to see if cougars even purr. They probably don't, probably don't. I think like not a lot of big cats do, or maybe they all do. I don't know. I forget what it is if it's purring or meowing. But yeah, lila purpur. It's like lavender purple in German or something like that. So that was fun. And then this character, whose name's Matthew Rose, is also another German pun because the word matrosa, which is spelled Matrose, means sailor. So he's gonna be a sailor, and his name is Matthew Rose or Matt Rose. It's dumb, but I think it's funny. So, yeah. Does she use any of her animal instincts to her advantage? I don't know. I want to say that she has like good vision at least. I was actually looking at references of cougar eyes, and a lot of them have like these like yellow, they have yellow eyes, but or some that I saw that have like blue and bluish yellow, and so I incorporate that, and I like to think that she has like really sharp vision and probably good reflexes, obviously, but other than that, I'm not sure. I don't know yet. But that is a good question. Thank you. I will work on gotta be careful. Can I back out? There we go. Sorry in advance for the clicking. Pen's right there. But yeah, the Matthew Rose is going to be a sailor. Probably friends with Leela, but I don't have any lore. I don't even have it that much lore figured out for him. Just that he's a sailor because of the name. I thought it'd be funny to pick names that are like language puns. I don't know if I want to give him curly hair or not. A modern sailor outfit or the old school kind. I was thinking the old school kind. I have to, because I was looking at a bunch of reference images, so I'm not sure which one I want to go with. Because I like the old fashioned, like sailor ones with like the little capes and the hat. He's definitely gonna have a hat. Maybe I just look up real quick. What the modern ones look like in comparison to the old ones. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna be a modern one because it's like it's got a jacket. I don't really see. I don't see that much of a difference between the two actually. Modern sailor suit or the school kind. Oh, modern. Definitely, yeah, a modern one. Like it's um, yeah. The only difference I can see is like the modern ones tend to be black instead of white, but otherwise there's not that much of a difference. I mean, well, they still like have that like tie in the front, and like the little cape. I don't know. I have to be careful because like if he's like if I like use like a military like uniform, then it's like applies like he's part of the army, and then he's gonna have like other people, and it's like it's. I like to keep things isolated because I'm not good at creating like large worlds and inner workings of people. So I don't know. He might he might be a sailor, but he just owns his own boat or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do with his hair. I have not figured out any of this yet. Maybe shaves like sides. Hmm. You can give him like really short hair. I'm pretty sure that they have to not shave their heads, but they have well. Oh my goodness, there's so many freaking AI images. I just want a real person that I can reference. I'm kind of curious, like where this originated, this look. Oh, but I like the classic one though too, with the stripes. I don't know. Oh wait, I didn't turn my music back on. After I thought it was quiet. I'll come back to his hair. guess the jacket would be less complex. Uh-oh. What are you using to draw? I am using... I almost said Microsoft Surface. I'm using a Samsung tablet. Forget exactly... Whoa. Whoops. Forget exactly which one. It's like a 9S or something like that. And the app is called Medibang. Medibang Paint. So yeah, it's pretty decent. I don't know why people like spend like thousands of dollars for like a tablet that you can't even see where you're drawing. I used to have one of like a Wacom tablet like years ago, and everything I drew on it always came out like slanted because I was like looking at the screen because you can't see what's on the tablet. You're drawing on one surface while it appears on another surface, and I always hated that. So after that I got a Microsoft Surface and used it until it died permanently. And now this is my current everything, because I kind of use it for everything except for gaming, but it's mostly for drawing. And I like it. It works pretty well. I've got the S Pen that goes with that. And it works pretty well for me. I am a very casual artist. Like, you speak German? A little bit. I've been studying it like as a hobby for a few, like 2.5 years, throughout 3 years, but there's been a lot of pauses made in between, and I have not followed like a strict like regimen or learning plan. It's kind of just like, you know, read a book here, watch some YouTube videos there, do some flashcards, and I kind of fell off a bit. One sec, I'll be right back. I just have to go to the restroom. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm not feeling great tonight. Sorry. My tablet keeps falling down. Sorry about that. I've been drinking a lot of water to try to stave off the illness that's spreading in my area. So it's like if I drink lots of water, I won't get sick. Maybe I'll be able to like flush it out. But yes, I do speak German at what I believe is a B2 level, but I may be wrong. Other people may disagree with that. Here's my calibration. There we go. There we go. But I am fascinated by German words and the structure. Learning language is just, it's just fun. Don't push yourself too hard. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the reason for learning another language in the first place was just for the brain, like exercise. Like it helps your memory, helps strengthen your memory, build those neurons and whatnot. But the reason I picked German is because, well, there's actually a couple reasons, but the primary reason is that as my brain was going, oh, it's the closest one to English, so it'll be easy. And I was wrong, but also kind of right. It's definitely easier than, I don't know, like Spanish. I tried to learn Spanish when I was like 10 years old. Like my parents got us Rosetta Stone, and I just didn't. I was not interested, and also I don't like that the adjective. I remember like learning that they put the adjectives after the nouns, and I'm like, that makes no sense. Why would you do that? Like, so I thought Dutch was the closest. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have gone with Dutch. I can still go with Dutch. Knowing English and German just makes it that much easier, actually. Dutch and Norwegian are just, you just like gain a little bit of mutual understanding. The closest one actually to English would be Frisian, or Friesen. I don't know if it's pronounced Friesen or Frisian, but you know, that language is almost extinct, so it's probably not worth your time, as much as I hate to say it, but that's the one that's literally the closest to English. Where did my reference go? This is good. This is just like... Er ist Matrose. Heißt Matrose. I like your avatar. What's the story behind it? Story is that I don't know. I don't have a why. I just have a where, essentially. So, I'm a goat because of my zodiac being Capricorn. So, I am a celestial goat. The celestial goat VTuber. The voice of logic and reason in the void. So the void is like a pocket dimension that I have. It's kind of like outer space a little bit, but smaller little version that I have, and I use it for storage essentially. But I place dangerous things in there that, you know, people are trying to get, and I also, I don't know, I don't want to say like I'm just there to keep balance, to keep, you know, reality safe from people who want to, you know, twist it into something that it's not, who think they can recreate it better So part of that is based like on my actual personality traits, but also the personality traits of Capricorns are that they're very like grounded and, you know, we're for logic, reason, and, you know, none of this hoity-toity head up in the clouds, you know, as ironic as it may seem, you know, being a celestial type of being. Not celestial, but based on a... Why is I'm blanking on the word? What are the star pictures called? I forget. Darn it, why can't I remember the word? What? Capricorn is a star sign, but it's also a constellation. Oh my goodness. Why can't I remember that word? Oh my gosh, it's for constellation. Your Capricorns are known for being based. That's that's if you look up, you know, Capricorn personality traits, it's that, you know, we like order, and we're grounded in logic and reason and that type of, so that lines up, that aspect of like the Capricorn of the Capricorn like personality type matches up with me to quite an extent. So I just wove that into my lore, that I am just like a keeper of order in the universe, just fighting crazies. They're anti-order. What we call that? That's called entropy. It's called entropy. Nothing. It's order is what creates things. It's what makes things. And if you're against it, then you're pro-destruction essentially, because that's the default state of the universe. The default state is that you have to fight to maintain things that have any type of structure. And if you don't, then you lose that structure and it's gone. So, yeah, that's what I've got worked out so far. But yeah. To my bar. And like looking at images of sailor uniforms, I can't tell which ones are real. Okay, this one I can actually see the scarf thingy, like where this is a weird collar. The more I look at them. So weird they still bald. I haven't decided what type of hair I want to go with. Let's see. can't tell if these shorts are a pullover or they button up. The hair is more short to make the hair is more short to make the hay. I'm assuming you made this type hat to make the hat fit. Since it's an OC, it can be whatever you want. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'll go. He's gonna probably have some curls with his hair. I guess this will be. I'm so conflicted because I keep seeing ones that are like zip ups or button up, and then other ones that are just like a shirt that's pulled over something else. But I don't know how that works or how is that practical for sailing. Okay, I see one that I like actually. It appears to be a button up. There's so many costume ones you gotta sift through to get to the real deal. I'll work on his hair a little bit. Whoops. What are you more excited for, Digital Circus or Tomodachi Life? Definitely Digital Circus. I don't know, they're two different experiences. One's a passive experience, the other one's an interactive one. So I'm excited to see like what people's theories are. What's gonna happen? Tomodachi Life is, I've played a Tomodachi Life game before. I played Miitopia before, so I know it's gonna be probably a lot more of the same, but it's still gonna be fun because I have more characters to add to it now. But yeah, Digital Circus is gonna be insane. I can't fathom the level of frustration the people who don't go to the theater are going to like experience when because it's like, as much as I'd like to think that everyone's like a sensible human being and isn't gonna like, you know, film clips from the theater and like leak spoilers and stuff, like they're going to. They're going to. There's gonna be people doing memes and stuff, and it's just the people who don't see it early are going to just, like, live in fear of the internet for being spoiled. And yeah. I never gave him like up bangs. Actually, well. Of course, that's not gonna be visible from. How are you implementing this hat? Hats are another thing on the long list of things I'm not great at draw. Like, let's stick with the other bangs with the. I'm trying to decide which hat I want to do. It's like the standard, like paper boat style one, or like the captain hat. I like the rimmed captain hat. I am not near this once. This torso looks too long. Let's just slightly shorten it. Feel like I'm being interviewed again. But maybe want to become a VTuber. I mean, I've been watching VTubers for a while, and it just looked like fun. I mostly wanted to create I've wanted to like create and like stream my art for a long time, but I didn't want to be bothered setting up a web camera. So part of it's convenience, part of it's being an anime fan, part of it's seeing other people doing it and having fun and wanting to join in, and part of it's just wanting to create content. My reason for wanting to create content in general is just to get used to the sound of my own voice, to share my art, but also like as a type of like exposure therapy for my voice, because I kinda didn't like my voice, the way my voice sounded, and you know, people are like, oh, you can change that, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fake my voice. I just want to learn to like it, because it's probably not as bad as I think it is. So that's part of the content creation, and then just being a VTuber lets me do that without having to show my face, and you know, I think it's a cool community. I thought I would try it out, and there's nothing else. But yeah. You sound fine to me. Yeah. Everyone thinks that, but what was the last time you listened to a recording of your own voice? Like, the thing that started this off is that I got jump scared by watching a convention that I was at, and someone recorded. I didn't know. I was like, oh, this is a convention I was at, and someone asked a question to a voice actor who was at this panel, and I was like, wait, that was me. What? I sound like that? Now, obviously, you know, a convention hall is not gonna have the best acoustics and all that, but I was like, really like bothered by that clip. I was like, I can't believe I sound like that. So, but it's not that bad. You're right. But no one likes to sound their own voice, and for me, it's just like, it's just a matter of hearing it more, and you know, just realizing that it's not that bad, and what other people hear and what you hear that's outside your own body are different, but that doesn't mean that one's worse. So, yeah. Do you plan on making your own season Tomodachi Life? Yes. I plan on doing that exclusively. I have a whole wheel and everything. I'm gonna spin the wheel and determine who gets added. by random. The thing I think is fun is giving them like a personality, like having a personality like scale sliders essentially. So like picking out everyone's person. Like I have a stream where I played the demo, obviously, and the two characters that I got after myself, I did not have their personalities really worked out in my head. I did a little bit, so it's fun like picking like, oh, on a level of 1 to 10, how quiet are they? How fast do they move? How what's their energy like? And so that's gonna be fun, like applying all that to the different characters. His head feels too small now. What did I do? Is this a little better? I don't know. What are my favorite animes? My favorite of all time is Full Metal Alchemist. And let's see, my current favorite right now is probably Frieren. Which I know. Yeah, like Full Metal Alchemist. Or in High School Host Club. Let's see. Soul Eater. And more recently, Fire Force. I know a lot of people don't like Fire Force, but it grew on me. I liked it a lot, even if I'm not a huge fan of how it ends. No spoilers, but as more recently, I've been watching Frieren, Blink Click. What else have I watched? I haven't watched a lot recently because I've been busy. I'm watching, not that I don't like it. I just kind of just watch it because I'm watching the German dub of the time I got reincarnated as a slime. I love Frieren. Yeah, Frieren's awesome. What else? I guess I like Attack on Titan. I've watched a couple of animes dubbed in German, and Attack on Titan's pretty good, and Saga of Tanya the Evil. You know, they both take places in fictional Germany, so watching the German dub just feels right. And but yeah, I've watched both of those in English too, by the way. I'm dyslexic as all get out, so I very much rely on dubs. I know some people don't care for dubs because they think it's cringe, but the truth of the matter is that it's cringe no matter what language you're listening it to, and watching subs just puts a language barrier, so you can't experience the cringe firsthand, so your mind imagines it's more awesome than it is, but really it's like about the same. I much prefer dubs. Yay, team dub! Yeah. For me, it's just an accessibility thing, because like I cannot read fast enough to keep up with subtitles. That like, and also you can't watch the anime while you're reading subtitles. Like your eyeballs are kind of glued to the bottom half of the screen, and I don't care for that. If I wanted to read the anime, I would have bought the manga. So, but yeah. What's on my list? I need to get caught up on Frieren because I have not started a new season. Oh, and Dr. Stone. I guess Dr. Stone's gonna be on hiatus for a while too. I love Dr. Stone. I love science. I was cracking up. I saw this short or this reel on Instagram where they were talking about how like there are Japanese people that like they like argue about whether or not you should like watch King of the Hill subbed or dubbed. Like, you know, if you can watch it, I think it's hilarious that like they have the same conversations over there about like our media that we do about theirs, and it's funny. I think King of the Hill should be watched in English, but if you watch it, if they watch it in Japanese, then it's perfectly fine because it's easier that way. And, you know, there may be a couple, you know, cultural things that slip through the cracks, but, you know, it's not a perfect one-for-one medium. My favorite anime is Soul Eater. Awesome. Yeah, Soul Eater is one of the early ones that got me hooked. There was animes that I watched that, like, made me realize I liked anime, but I never finished them, probably because they go on forever. I'm not a huge fan of like the multi-season shonen that has like 500 episodes. I started Bleach, I never finished it. I started Fairy Tail, I never finished it. I was smart enough not to even attempt to touch One Piece or Naruto because I don't have the time to like to dedicate to just one anime like that. So, Soul Eater, animes like Soul Eater that like have like 2-3 seasons. I forget, is it just 2 seasons? That's like the sweet spot for me. And there's, a couple, obviously they're a bit longer. Dr. Stone is a example of one that's like a bit longer, but it's not gonna, as far as I know, I don't know, I don't read the manga. And maybe, it feels like they're nearing the end, so I can't imagine it's gonna be too much longer. But, yeah. The longest anime, probably, I don't know, I guess, like, including both series of Full Metal Alchemist is probably one of the longest that I've watched all the way through. I gave One Piece an honest try, and my gosh, the pacing is absolutely terrible. Yeah, you have that sometimes with the older animes, unfortunately. Like, I had a friend that, like, recommended Hunter x Hunter, like, constantly to me. I was like, ugh. I'm seeing 2 different art styles, which means they, like, either had a reboot or a remake or something, and I'm sure, like, getting through that first half is gonna be a slog. Unless I just don't have the time for it. If something grabs me, then I'll check it out. I don't know how to describe my taste. I like what I like, So, shonen anime is okay as long as it's, like, in moderate sizes. So, like, your One Pieces, your Naruto, it's not gonna happen. I like my slice of life. So, Ouran High School Host Club, Fruits Basket. Guess Yuri on Ice is technically a sports anime, which is weird because I don't like sports anime. And the only like there are very few sports animes that I like. I think Yuri on Ice and Skate are the only two, which is about skateboarding, which barely, which in my opinion barely counts as a sport, but okay. But yeah, I guess, yeah, that's like the one genre that I'm not huge on, but there are exceptions, obviously. Some of his feet are weird. I need to fix this. Who took my number one? Look, you snooze, you lose. It's okay, Trip. There's nothing wrong with lurking. Lurkers are welcome, okay? It's fine. I don't really know what else to do with this design. I think it's very plain. I need to make. I need to. Sailor might not have been a great concept because sailor outfits are very plain. It's like all one solid color. I know I can add a twist to it, and I will. But I don't want to add a twist that like makes it look silly. I'm going to break up these with like. It's gonna be a space theme. Yeah, think of a sailor. His rank as a sailor. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the house. House is screeching. I know. I don't. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, this is a very old building, and it could fall on top of me any moment. See, I don't know what to do with the whole. Maybe he should be like a sailor, but like in name only. Like he's not like actually part of like a military, like part of like the military or anything like that. He just drives a boat and but I don't know what the. Oh my gosh, sorry about the noise. Bit of a time, yeah. You can have like a bunch of like pins, like just random pins and stickers on instead of. He still has light in his eyes, so low rank. Yeah. He hasn't seen the cruelty of the ocean. I don't know, I gotta think of. Maybe a sailor crossed with something else. Like just sailor. It's boring. I'm thinking. Oh, we could take the rose. He can. I think. Oops. Try to wait until the pump turns off. Okay, there it goes. Thought maybe we could like bring the like plant aspect into it. Like you could be like a gardener, but that doesn't make any sense if he's constantly at sea. Let's see. You can maintain coral reefs. Those are kind of like gardens. I don't know. Apparently there is a flower called a sea rose. It's pretty. It's pink. I'll put that on his uniform, maybe. I don't know, that looks so much like... Maybe they can go on his hat, maybe. Oh my gosh, it's 10:14. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out and move it over here. Alright. I've kinda got an idea of what to do with him. We're gonna still touch it up. But yeah, I am going to call it here because it's 10:15 and I do have to work tomorrow morning, so I don't want to go to bed too late. But thank you to everyone who stopped by to say hi. Thanks all lurkers, thanks new subscribers, and yeah, I just appreciate everyone being here. I'm gonna call it here for tonight, and hopefully, you know, as long as everything goes according to plan, we'll be back Tuesday. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your night and weekend, and I'll see you next time. It was nice finding new people to watch. Take care of yourself. Thank you. It's nice meeting you too. Have a good night.